Hello, folks, and welcome to fourth episode of Project Management Video of Knowledge. We have started this series to share what is happening in all 49 processes. Today, our topic is very important. The topic that is really very close to my heart. The topic that is very important when you are doing execution. When you are doing real execution in real project work. It is also very important when it comes to PMP, but it has a particular importance when it comes to real projects, and that is manage project knowledge. Manage project knowledge is mostly considered as just lesson learned, but it has so many factors that it is not possible to describe in just one small video. You are talking to people, you are communicating to people, you are trying to find the knowledge, the tacit knowledge, the real knowledge, the knowledge that is below the iceberg, the knowledge that is under the surface. What are the beliefs people had when they took some decision? What were the insights they had at that time when they took a particular decision that decided the fate of a project? So lesson learned is not just a document that you see and say, okay, it is one of the templates or it is one of the OPS. No, it is the belief, it is the knowledge, it is the numbers, it is consist of explicit knowledge. The knowledge that can easily be transferred, tacit knowledge, and so many other things. So let's start with the notes. Okay, project manage project knowledge. Okay, it consists of processes, advices, you take it from the consultants, from other people, you take it from the team. Very important thing that you need to remember as a project manager. You need to take advice from your subordinates, from your inside stakeholders, from outside stakeholder, because advice of improvement can come from any person. So don't think that this person does not have the knowledge about it. Maybe he had some experience that can help you in working out some project. This reminds me of an example when Steve Jobs was building Macintosh. He asked a private electrician to help him to, to help him to remove all the outside cable. Steve Wozniak, who was the electrical engineer at HP and co-founder of Apple, said it to Steve Jobs, "I'm an electrical engineer. I cannot do this. How this electrician can do?" Steve Jobs, like always, like Steve, he ignored that advice and started working on that project. And that electrician, in few days, really made the advancement which helped us to building to see the laptops we have right now, because there are no cables attached to anything apart from the charging cable, and we hope that can also be removed. It has advices, insight, information, practices, technology, processes, all those in this process. Explicit knowledge, very important, which can be expressed in words, pictures. Implicit knowledge, the knowledge which includes beliefs, insights, experience, know-how, and the lesson learned register. These are three most important things in this process. Let's look at the ITTOs, plans, documents, lesson learned registered. Of course, it comes as input because you are trying to update it. Then you have deliverables. Whatever the output that was produced in previous process becomes input to the next process. The previous process was direct and manage work. So we have deliverable as inputs. EF and OPS, most of the time they will come. Also remember that deliverables are the things for which we are writing the lessons. If you want to produce the same deliverables, if you want to remove the process variation, you need to know the information, what deliverables you have, how much deliverables have been produced. So tools and technique, expert judgment, information management, knowledge management, interpersonal and team skills. So we have these techniques. We will see output register plans updates are. We are here right now. No, the most important question arises, why does we need this process? This process is needed because it is possible that the project manager gets change. Yes or no? The project manager can get change. Architect, sponsor, technology, vendor, anything can get change. So what do? Then when a person get change. You go to lesson learn register and see what they have done, how you can do that, how you can improve, and so many other things. So very important. We are using iceberg model here. This is explicit knowledge, knowledge that can be easily transferred to the numbers. They are just a tip of iceberg. Remember Titanic? The Titanic fell because they were only focusing, or I would say the Titanic sunk because they were only focusing on the tip of the iceberg. They neglected what is under the water, what is under the sea. So never neglect your tacit knowledge, which includes belief that are difficult to express, which includes the knowledge that is in their head. So always remember how you always have a plan how to manage this. So this process consists of documenting the knowledge, obtaining lesson learns, and integrating, combining the lesson learns so that we can utilize lesson learn in all proper way. But very important thing, especially for tacit knowledge, if you want people to give their tacit knowledge, you need to ensure that there's an atmosphere of trust around all people. If people does not trust each other, then it is difficult, my friends, to get the tacit knowledge. So you integrate the knowledge, the previous steps, and you combine the knowledge by creating these processes. So managed knowledge is all about existing knowledge, creating new knowledge, and integrating them to achieve project objective. Okay, so far I don't think so any confusions have been there, but let's move forward and see what else can we do, what else can we see to improve our project knowledge, how the project knowledge can be improved further. ITTOs, we already know inputs, lesson learned registers, project team assignment. We will study resource breakdown structure. We will study stakeholder register. It will be produced the 30th chapters. Deliverables that were produced in the last topic. Elements of project management, requirement documentation, and so many other things. How enterprise environmental factor can influence culture. What is a culture? Do you have a culture of trust? Does the people believe in the team? Does the people believe in finite game or infinite game? For finite game and infinite game, I will highly recommend you go and watch talk of Simon Sinek on infinite games and how it depends, how it changed the psychology of a team. Legal experts, then you see what are the OPS available, what are the experts available who can help you out in this, how knowledge is transferred, how knowledge is managed, what are the organizational learning, how you can implement this, what are the tools available, how knowledge is managed. Now, this is very important. How knowledge is managed and how knowledge is transferred. Knowledge can be transferred through trainings, meeting, through workshops, through have a focus group and transforming to the, or maybe have a seminar and transfer all the information to all the people through networking events. And one of the most important, through art of storytelling. Friends, knowledge is being transferred to us from millennials through art of storytelling. People are telling a story. I still remember when I was a kid, my mother used to tell me a story of an old man and a scorpio. How old man helped the scorpio and scorpio bit him. Again, old man helped him and again scorpio bit him. And I learned the lesson from that story. It does not matter how the world is treating you. It does not matter how the people are treating you. You should always be true to your values. You should always help other people, as the old man was helping the scorpio, even if he was fighting him. So we can tell information through stories, through knowledge affairs, ideas, special interest group, and work shadowing. Work shadowing is one of the basic way through which information is transferred in the modern sites. Then you manage the information, you codify the information through some templates, through registers, through PMI systems, and you see how you can basically document those information, how to use facilitation, how to use leadership, how to use networking, political awareness. Now, politics is neither good nor bad. A project manager must know how to use the politics and how to use active listening. Active listening has three levels. In first level, you are just listening. Second level, you are trying to understand through his shoes. I called it as try, get into the shoes of other person. And third is you are watching his body language. You are trying to get what is happening in the group, what has happened in the past, and how this person is talking. So active listening is very important. We have outputs, lesson learned, register, plans and documents update. Lesson learned includes all the details, how the resolution happened, how did you manage the team, what were the conflicts, how did they happen. All the categories are in this. Plans update, we have documents update, OPS updates, and that's all about today. I hope you have learned something. I hope now this topic is more clear and this topic can further help you in clearing your PMP exam. Thank you very much for listening.